Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This has to be either the 9th or 10th video that I made today. I've lost count at this point. All regarding the trade deadline. But this trade, arguably the biggest trade today, or at least could have the biggest effect on the team, is Robin Lehner moving from the Chicago Blackhawks to the Vegas Golden Knights in return for goaltender Malcolm Subban, who was with Vegas, prospect Slava Demin, or Demin, however you want to pronounce it, and and a second round pick, I believe, in the 2020 draft. So, sorry, it's just been a long day following everything with the trades, etc. But in regards to Lehner, massive move by the Vegas Golden Knights. They have a 1A, 1B goaltending tandem now, and you can't go wrong. And this really changes the dynamic for how their outlook is when it comes to playoffs. They bring in a guy like Lehner who can really force his hand in being the number one for Vegas. And if Fleury, slips up at all, then Lehner will be there, and he has been fantastic with Chicago this year. And if you could overlook his stats when you look at his goals allowed average at 3, but Chicago is one of the worst teams defensively in all the NHL, and he has had numerous games with over 40 saves and has really won Chicago a lot more games than what they should have this year. But let's get right into it. Lehner, the 28-year-old goaltender, coming off of a Bill Masterton trophy winning season with the Islanders, comes to Chicago in 33 games played, has 16 wins, 10 losses, and 3 overtime losses, a goals allowed average of 3.01, and a save percentage of .918. And 43 games started last year for the Islanders. He had 25 wins, 13 losses, 5 overtime losses, goals allowed average of 2.13, and a save percentage of .930. I might add, the Islanders are a significantly better defensive-minded team than the Blackhawks, especially last season. So, Lehner, $5 million on his contract, and he's a UFA at the end of the year, and really is going to be a massive part of Vegas' success going forward for the remainder of the season, in my opinion. I thought that was a fantastic move by getting him, and whether you keep him or you don't, either way, I think this is a perfect move. And Chicago, while, in my opinion, they should have gone to first for him, he is a rental at the end of the day, and they still did get a decent return. They get a 2020 second-round pick, I believe, and they get Malcolm Subban, who can be part of their future, the 26-year-old goaltender for Vegas this year. In 20 games played, has 9 wins, 7 losses, 3 overtime losses, 3.18 goals allowed per game, and a save percentage of .890. So while those stats aren't fantastic by any stretch of the imagination, Subban still has upside and can be a reliable goaltender for the Chicago Blackhawks going forward. And they also get prospect Slava Demin, or Demin, however you want to pronounce it. The 19-year-old defenseman was drafted in the 4th round in 2018 by the Golden Knights, and in 30 games played this year for the University of Denver and college, he has 2 goals, 7 assists for 9 points, and he had 14 points, I believe, last year in just over 40 games for Denver. So we'll see what the ceiling is with him, but he seems like a solid prospect. And overall, I think this was a very strong move on both sides. I think Chicago gets some assets that can really help them now and for the future. And, of course, Vegas gets the goaltender that will really help bring them over the hump, in my opinion, and will bail them out night in and night out when they need him to. So, overall, I love this trade. I think Vegas wins it because of how coveted Lehner has been, and I can just see him thriving in the role with Vegas, planning to make a deep playoff run this year. So, if you're a fan of either team, let me know what you think. Do you like, dislike the trade? Feel iffy about it? Please let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't seen previous videos I posted today, or in general, please do. I do NHL content on all things NHL related, just things I feel that should be video worthy. And even though I haven't made videos about all trades today, I've made videos about ones that I feel are made most sense to talk about. So if you like the video, please like, subscribe, comment, all those great things. I really appreciate it. And I will be back again either right after this or if not in a day or two.